What's going on, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Man Up Real Talk podcast. I am your host with the most, Mr. Mike Wiley, saying greetings and salutations to all of you, our faithful followers and listeners. Look, y'all already know we appreciate every like, every share, every click, and every download, and whatever it is that you do to support this podcast, because we know that had it not been for you, it wouldn't be no us. And we greatly and always appreciate that thing. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, we want to say welcome and thank you. And if you're coming back for a second helping, we say welcome back because your voice is back on the air with the Man Up Real Talk podcast, the podcast for the people. And as you can see, joining me as always is my partner in crime, my right hand, my ace boon coon, as they used to say back in the day, which I don't know if that's an offensive term now, but it is what it is. Mr. Philip Hines, aka Mr. Classic, aka OG Triple OG, is in the building. What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? See, all that's relevant. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. It's Friday.
Yes, sir.
Norton brought us through another week, whereas I am glad. TGIF up in this piece. What's going on to everybody that's watching us live?
What's good, people?
Those that will come back and watch this at a later time, I say, listen, whatever. I just need y'all to do me a favor. Now it's not much, but just a little favor. I need you all to like, tag, and share.
It's in the comments already. I put it in the comments already.
Simple. Listen, it's a simple thing. You just like the video, tag somebody that you think might be interested in the conversation, and then just share it. That's all. Helps the algorithm and it helps us to get circulated a little bit. Y'all have been doing excellent.
They have.
In regards to liking and tagging and sharing. I appreciate it. I appreciate the everything. The interactivity with you guys and the comments and everything. And people have been going back and commenting even after the live. And I appreciate that. Because it promotes good conversation. I oftentimes will go back and rewatch it because there are comments that I miss.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I get that a lot. I get that a whole lot. I was there tight. I'm gonna stop commenting because y'all don't never read my. I get that a lot, man.
Yeah. So I tend to go back and rewatch it because they're just comments that I miss, and I'm like, man, how did I miss that comment? And so I'll go back and I'll rewatch it, and I'll try to reply to the comments that I may have missed or whatever the case may be.
Just thank you all for being engaged. It's gladly appreciated. Y'all just don't know how much we appreciate that.
Yeah, we absolutely thank you for the engagement.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Newman is in the chat, and I want to say appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the support.
Sonny, what's going on, man?
Sister Regina, what's going on?
What's going on?
Appreciate you popping in, brother Eddie. As always,
Eddie.
Yeah.
Good show last night. You know what, Mike? Let me say this about brother Eddie, man.
Go ahead, man.
When I be listening to him, he take me back to the African study class I had at Chicago State that I only went to for like 3 weeks, man. It's just like this guy got so much knowledge, man. It just takes me back to being in that class, man. And he like the professor or something. But that's the only thing that really kept me in Chicago State was that class. Other than that, I wasn't interested in anything else.
Well, we thank God for 3 weeks of African American studies.
Yeah, man. I'm from a different world generation. We all want to be just different world school days. So the thing once you graduated was to go to some college. Whether you was meant for college or not, everybody wanted to go find a Whitley.
Everybody want to go, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of a different world, I catch some clips of it online from time to time. People be just playing stuff. can we just take a moment and appreciate how dope Aretha Franklin's version of the theme was?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Mhm.
she absolutely
I
slayed
didn't
that
like that new
intro,
one though,
man.
Mike. I didn't like the when the brother was. I know my family love me. I didn't like that
No,
version.
no,
I didn't like that version.
Aretha Franklin's version of that theme, that was, as they say, the chef's kiss, if you will.
Yes, it was.
It was perfect, dude. I was like, Jesus, this is. I listened to it a couple of times, and I was like, man, she killed it. I was just,
But you know
I
what?
just, yeah.
You know the unsung hero in a whole different world thing is Debbie Allen, because
Oh yeah.
NBC was ready to give up on Different World, and when they brought
Oh,
Debbie Allen in to
absolutely.
direct, she kind of like, and she had went to Howard University, so with her knowledge of how a black college went, you know what I'm saying. So she don't get the credit that she deserved, but she saved Different World.
Right. I can't play it on here, Lonnie, because they'll like copyright strike me. Well, I don't know if Facebook will do it, but I know YouTube will do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's not like I got like I got thousands of viewers on YouTube.
But Lonnie, she was
You
the
know,
best version though. The version after with Jada
yeah.
Pinkett and all them showed up, I didn't like that version. The guy singing, I didn't like that version.
No, but Aretha Franklin's version when she was like, "I know my parents love me. Stand
Stand
behind me,
behind me,
come
come
one
one
day.
day. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
now that I'm ready because I finally heard them say it's a different world ooh, from where
Where
you
you
come
come
from."
from?
Man, she killed
Yes,
it,
it
man.
is now.
Yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, if we focus on our goal. If
You
you dish
dish
it,
out,
we
you
can take
take
it.
it.
Yeah, just remember what you've been
Yeah,
told.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Rita. Yeah, Rita. That was
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh
Shout out
my
Rita
God.
Franklin, man. R.I.P.
Yes. Shout out to Aretha Franklin because that intro was that was Aretha, man. She killed that. Just a random thing. I thought that
Yeah.
was real dope. Here's another random thing before we get into the conversation. I don't know if you all remember this, but back a couple episodes back when we were talking about the different innuendos and pause and all that stuff. There's a video I had mentioned where it was a guy who was singing the "It's Raining" song. Y'all remember that? It was like "It's raining," but he kept to a point in the chorus where he started talking about "I'm moist."
Oh yeah, yeah. Man, what made you bring that up, man?
Cause I found the video, fam, and I'm gonna play it for y'all. Woo, hold on.
Put it on, man. Put it on. Put it on.
Yo, man, and here's what got me. Here's here's what got me. I was so irritated because the dude reminded me of me. I was like, no, why? No, man, you gotta represent the big guy. No, fam, don't do it.
Oh, this him.
Oh, yeah, man. Let me play it. Oh, let me play it. I feel the rain. 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 It's raining all over me. I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response. I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist. Yes, I.
Let him
A couple of there's a couple of things I need to point out that's going on. This is the reason now why I don't sing in the praise team. Because he's up there on his walker, and it's just like I feel like, I don't
No,
feel
Mike,
bad for him.
You're 1,000 times better singing than this dude right here, man.
But I'm just saying, I see me in this dude, and it bothers me. So
No, I don't see.
Wait,
I don't see you with this dude.
Then the second thing is, notice the beatboxing in the back. Somebody is beatboxing in the background. Listen. Just listen.
I feel the rain. I feel the rain. I feel the rain. I feel the rain. It's raining all over me. I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response, I said I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist.
Good God, I'm moist.
Yes, I am. Rain all over me.
Hold on.
I'm saturated.
I'm saturated.
I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Do you hear
I'm
this?
damn.
I'm damn.
I'm
Good God,
damn.
I'm damn.
Lord, I'm damn. I'm damn. Oh, Lord, I'm damn. I'm even
Back up.
Lord.
Now he just wet.
Lord, I'm wet. Will you open the floodgates?
All right, enough of that.
He ain't back up. A moist.
That's what was killing me. He was like, oh, moist. It was like, moist. I'm like, what? I can't, man.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
in response, I'm moist. I'm saturated. Good God, I'm saturated.
Mike, relax. Stop. Stop,
Lord
Mike.
knows I'm
Mike,
saturated.
stop, Mike. Stop.
I'm dripping now. I'm leaving trails in the church. I'm dripping now. Oh, I'm dripping now. And then the background.
Yeah, I heard it then.
Thank God I'm moist. Let me ask y'all a question. Now, and this is a serious question. How many of y'all have ever been moist for the Lord? Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to have to repent after tonight. How many of y'all have ever been moist for Jesus? Tap your neighbor and say, I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I got a ring on my shirt. I'm saturated. Hand me a towel. I'm saturated.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God.
Moist.
When I heard them ladies in the background say moist, I'm
Yo,
like, oh my
I,
God.
what do you do? It's
Oh man. That
yeah,
video, man, never fails, man. It never failed.
I'm moist for the Lord.
I'm saturated.
Saturated.
Come on, man. Let's get back on. Let's get back on. Let's get back on topic, man. Come on, man. Come
I'm
on, man.
saturated.
Chill, Mike. Chill.
Look at me, I'm saturated.
Chill, Mike. Chill.
I can see my t-shirt through my top shirt. I'm saturated. Look like I just got out the pool. I'm saturated. Listen, and I'm not making fun of that dude. The Bible say make a joyful noise. And
sing unto to the Lord. Sing ye unto to the Lord. So praise you,
sing
brother.
ye unto the Lord.
You be
man.
saturated and be moist.
You be moist for Jesus.
Pause. Wait a minute. Pause. No. Forgive me, God. Pause.
Hand me a towel. Because God has been good.
Yes. All right, man. Come on. Let's talk about what we need to be talking about, man. Come on. Let's.
All right. I just wanted to show that. I just wanted to share that with you all because I just wanted it to be a blessing to you like it was to me. So hopefully you all can take that and hopefully administer to your heart and to your soul. And when you're in the shower, just think about how moist you are.
Mike, chill. Mike, relax. We ain't doing that,
Take
man.
a bath. Think about how saturated you are for the Lord, and just ask Him to continue to open up the floodgates so that you just be wet for Jesus. I mean, that's
Mike, relax.
That's what He said. That's what He said.
Pause, man. Pause.
That's what He said.
Pause, Mike.
Just said.
Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that. Oh God.
Anyway, so let's talk about it. I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah, I just wanted to share that. So let's get to what we came to talk about. Let's talk about good times. On Netflix there is a new animated show called Good Times, and I don't know if you all remember the old show back in the day with James and Florida and
classic show.
Ran from the mid to late 70s. Now that was, like, I don't remember it when it came on, but I definitely remember watching, reruns of it and everything. But they rebooted it, so they say, with this animated cartoon. And I remember hearing about it like, oh, so they're going to make a Good Times cartoon. I'm like, man. And I remember seeing pictures of it, and I was like, okay, this could be interesting. And the first thing I thought was maybe it's going to be kind of like how the Boondocks was. And I like the Boondocks. Is the Boondocks stereotypical? Absolutely.
Boondocks, that man. Boondocks is a good show, good cartoon though.
But it was funny. Listen, it was absurd, but it actually had clever writing. It had some great voice actors. I enjoyed it. There's some quotable characters. Love me some Uncle Ruckus. The characters that Charlie Murphy and Sam Jackson played the two white boys. Love.
What was his name? Winston something. His
Yeah,
son was going around killing robbing folks.
classic. It's a good show. But I'm be honest with you. I saw the trailer for the new cartoon, and I would be honest with you. If at first view, I was worried,
Disgusted.
and I was really worried because I was like, man, this show is really giving a weird impression that it might be kind of, I don't know, maybe a little racist, a little stereotypical, maybe not necessarily showing us in the best light, but I decided that instead of just looking at the trailer like a lot of people did and saying, "Oh, Sean, what's going on, man? I don't know if he's still here. I just saw his comment. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you popping in.
What's good, man?
Jackie, hey, what's going on? If I didn't say hello, Mitzi,
Jackie,
what's
baby,
going on,
miss
my
you,
darling? Yeah, everybody, appreciate y'all. So I decided I was going to withhold judgment until I saw the actual show.
And I almost said twist your arm on that, Mike. Remember?
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not gonna watch this trash. I said, I'm not. I said, I'm not going to even waste my time. But I did. I watched at least 4 of the 10 episodes.
I watched all 10.
Yeah, I watched at least 4 of the 10 episodes, and I watched enough of it to get the gist of it. Because sometimes it does take a couple of shows for it to kind of.
Because remember that's why I told you, Mike. I said it's gonna be cringy, but even if you don't want to watch all of them, just get a gist of each episode.
Right. So he convinced me to watch it, and like I said, I was worried that it was going to be full of stereotypes, and I was worried that it was going to be, every bit as offensive as it possibly could be because of the people that's involved. And I got to be honest with you guys, it did not let me down. It didn't let me down.
No.
The cartoon basically, the basis of the cartoon is that they are supposed to be like 2 or 4 generations after.
It's James Evans. The father is James Evans' great grandson.
Yeah, so after the original Evans family from the show, because Norman Lear, who created the original show, was actually part of
this one,
the production of this one. So it was literally a direct tie to the sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat up here and I watched it, and I was like, this show is it's offensive to an extent, and it's shamelessly, I mean, like it shamelessly perpetuates every negative stereotype that you can possibly imagine.
Yep.
When it comes to African Americans or just the Black experience. When I look at the original Good Times, and like I said, that it aired from, I think it aired for about 5 seasons, I believe. Let me see.
I think it went from like probably about 76 to 79. I can't.
Actually, it went from 1974 to 79.
Okay.
Yeah. From 74 to 79. So I don't remember it like, around that time, but I do remember watching reruns of it because my family watched the show. Everybody watched Good Times back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the appeal of the show was kind of like how the Cosby Show was later, was that it was a program that showed a Black family on TV at that time, with a two-parent household, even though they may not have been in the best of situations, it still showed the family in a somewhat positive light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're going to be honest, and if we like when we talk about stuff, and if we have any critique about anything, we try to use that same critique across the board for everything.
Got to.
The original Good Times wasn't perfect. Let's just be honest. It wasn't perfect, and they had stereotypes, right? They had the guy who was always selling stuff. What was his name? Lenny. They
Lenny,
had
you got
they
no
had
penny.
Lenny, right? So they had Lenny. They had gangs. They had the pimp Sweetness, right?
Sweet
They
daddy.
had Sweet Daddy, Sweetness. I knew it was one of them. They had the jive talking politicians and the sassy neighbor and the lazy I mean, it had its stereotypes.
Just like every
But
other show in the 70s.
just like every other show in the 70s.
Black show in the
But
70s.
yeah, every other black show in the 70s, correct. But what I liked and what I think a lot of people appreciated about the original show is that it still sparked discussion, and it sparked like it provoked it promoted thought, and it promoted discussion amongst families about some serious issues. Like they dealt with inequality, they dealt with gang violence, they dealt with racial
Dr- yeah,
profiling,
with drug addiction and
um,
everything.
drug addiction, abuse, because remember Penny was being
Yeah,
abused.
child abuse.
So child abuse. So it dealt with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
real issues, right? And you could appreciate that. So I think what I was hoping for, and people before they saw the trailer, what a lot of them was hoping for was that this reboot would kind of address or tackle those issues in its own unique way, right? Kind of like how the Boondocks did it in kind of in a sense, but the Boondocks really wasn't that type of show. But I thought that, okay, well, hey, here's Good Times. Maybe this show will be, it will kind of do like the old show did and tackle these things and do it, but in their own way, with animation and all that type of stuff. But it didn't do that. It didn't do it at all. And so, what I wanted to talk about with you guys, if you haven't seen it, I wanted to make sure that I gave this a lot of thought, and that I was fair with any criticism, with any praise. Because here's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to fall into the category of those people who just saw the trailer
And ran
and
with it.
automatically wrote it off, right? I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to be at a point where I don't just go off of what just these little nuggets of things that you see online, because a lot of times it does lack context. These 20-30 second videos or these minute videos don't really show you everything. And so I try not to now jump so much to conclusion about people and things, because I don't want to give an opinion based off of, maybe misinformation or just a construed point of view. So I wanted to try to really, really be honest, and and get y'all opinions too. Y'all may see it the same, you may see it differently, but I want to take a traditional approach to this, and we're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. So let's talk about the good of the show. Phil, if I asked you what were some good things about the show that you could point out, what would they be?
Well, you know what? Well, you know what, Mike? We're gonna start with like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you told me to watch the trailer. I was on vacation. And when I
Right.
watched it, me and you talked, we like, oh, this is horrible. This is da da da.
I was heated.
But the weekend it came out, I was saying, I was waiting for a game to come on or something. I went to Netflix real quick. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. And I clicked
Mm-hmm.
it on. In the process, I'm just watching it. And that's when I called you and I was like, Mike, just give it a chance. Get through the cringiness.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't get me wrong, it's a minstrel show. I mean,
In
it
more
is.
ways than one.
It's a minstrel show, but I kind of it's like Kanye.
Oh Jesus.
And some of the things, no, I'm not trying to get off tangent. What I'm saying is
Not
some of the
Kanye.
things when he's talking about the show business, he's telling the truth. The problem is
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of ranting that you're gonna have to listen
Mm.
to get to the truth. So I really think that trailer turned a lot of people off. And
Yeah.
and a lot of people really didn't get past, like everybody's saying, I didn't get past the first episode, or I saw the trailer, I'm not gonna watch it. But one good thing about it is I watched all 10 episodes. They do deal with situations that's going on in Chicago. It's in a
Mm-hmm.
distasteful way. Just like when she became the president and she got the gangs on her troops. And they showed how Mayor Lightfoot and her people, the chiefs and all, came in and told her that the police and everyone had to meet a quota. That's why they need the gang violence to stay going and all
Mm-hmm.
that. So they did everything they possible to start the gangs back up. And then they dealt with the displacement of people when they left the projects. The people complaining they was in Harvey because they thought that because they had the mother, they tricked her into tricking the people into selling their apartments, talking about they was gonna remodel them and move them back in, and they never
Yeah.
did. So you had a lot of people that got this place in the suburbs because remember ladies
Mm-hmm.
complaining to like, I'm in Harvey, when we coming back? And if you look at today, it's just like they told down those projects down along state,
That's a real
they're
thing.
building them up. So I just wish that they never called it Good Times. And I really feel that they didn't have to really make it an overly minstrel show to get these, because they trying to tackle things, but it's very
Mm-hmm.
distasteful how they doing it. Just like with the little girl and her, that and all that.
Yeah, that
So
episode. Now that was one of the more cringe-worthy
yeah,
episodes.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like I got the message, but it's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
delivery was.
Yeah, I think, and I think that the trailer really turned people off. But please believe me,
Yeah.
y'all, it is disgusting. I never watch it, but I got intrigued, and I was like, let me check it out. And I told Mike, I said that's why I wanted Mike to just watch more, because Mike was like, I ain't watching that, man. Come on, Mike, just it's gonna be cringy, Mike. But just even if you got to skip through some episodes, I just want you to just watch it, because what we went off on the trailer is not what it really is. And you really would not know that if you just going off on the trailer, you never watched the episode. It's a minstrel show, but they are tackling issues that's going on in Chicago. They're just doing it in a distasteful way that I can't go
Yeah,
for.
yeah. Like I said, if I was to list some of the good things, or good qualities about the show, it's not a lot.
No, it's
Um,
not a lot.
I will say one of the things that I liked is the animation or the aesthetics of the show. I really like how it looks. It's a different look. It's really vibrant. I like the character design because I'm an anime. I love my animation, man, and I think what they have in terms of presentation, how it looks, it's I like it. That's one of the good things about it. That I appreciate it. The other good thing is um they have a great cast of voiceover talent. I mean, I was looking at some of the credits, and it's just like, wow. I mean, just the name, like you have JB Smooth, you have Jay Farrow, And and these ain't no small time people. JB Smoove and Jay Farrell are JB Smoove is a comedian. Jay Farrell is a comedian slash SNL alumni. Yvette Nicole Brown, she's two-time Emmy nominated actress, writer, producer. She starred in a lot of she starred in I know her mainly from Community when that used to come on, but she's been in other shows. Marseille Martin, the twin girl from Blackish, she's in it.
Yeah,
she does the voice of the daughter Gray.
And that's another thing, Mike. Did you notice how they showed regenerification? How they showed how the little daughter started cleaning the she took all the crackheads and put them in rehab, and she cleaned the park up, and once she got the park cleaned up, the white folks came in and took it. Like I said, it's a terrible show. But I can see where they were dropping it at.
I don't want to go that far. What else I thought was good? Like you mentioned, there are some messages.
Yeah.
But you have to sift through so much.
Yes, sir.
Just to get to the message.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't have that wherewithal. But like, I'm not going to try to sit through all of this foolishness.
Exactly.
Just for you to get to a reasonable solution to whatever the problem was or whatever the case may be. It's just like I always think about Muhammad Ali when they asked him, does he think all white people are bad? And he was just like, well, I don't think all white people are bad, but I can't. He couldn't look at it that way. He was like, it's just like if you see a pack of angry dogs running across the street, running towards you. It's a good chance that two of them dogs may not be really angry. They may not really want to do anything to you. But the other 8 will. He was like, I can't sit there and just assume. He was like, I'm going to assume all them dogs is crazy. Right? That's just me paraphrasing it. When you sit and watch this stuff, it's like, okay, there's a message somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But am I going to really sit through all of this foolishness to try to see what the message is?
A lot of people not, Mike.
And most people not, because they're either going to be put off or they're going to be offended by the stuff that's
they're already offended, Mike. The trailer. See that trailer just killed. That trailer killed whatever they was trying to do, and that title, Good Times.
Let's see. I didn't like the subliminal approach to saying it is Black life. The pushing the music and theme is to look. And I loved. And the crazy thing is, Eddie, I really liked the theme. I was just thinking. I'm like, the theme was cool. I thought the theme was actually pretty decent. The voices are played down before the animation and story is finished. They are now pulling back. Yeah, but see, we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that. What else? Listen, my sense of humor may be different because comedy is subjective, but there was some things that I laughed out loud at. I'm crazy like that. I'm not gonna say that that I didn't laugh and I was just sitting up there the whole time like, no, there was some things that I genuinely laughed at. For whatever reason, the 3 babies in the Power Wheels. He was like, wait, the baby, little baby, and baby, and I was like, what is going on? And they pull up in the little Power Wheels truck. I thought that was funny. I don't know why. I laughed at that. I ain't gonna lie. I laughed at that. And there was some other stupid things that I laughed at. I think that I just wish that they would have just approached it there. I don't even care that it's called Good Times. Now I will say that if it was something else, it probably would. People probably wouldn't be looking at it the way
they would accept it differently.
I think they would have given it more of a chance because the name Good Times have such a legacy attached to it, especially when you're trying to pass this off as a continuation of that.
And that trailer with Good Times as the title of it, is going to kill it.
Called Good Times. It's called Good Times Black Again. That's the tagline. I was like, what?
I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, were there some funny things in it? Yeah, it was some. I'm not gonna say all of it is funny. Most of it is cringe inducing. But there were some things that made me laugh. It may not make you laugh, but there were some things that I laughed at. But I'm like Minister Newman. I watched The Simpsons. A lot of people didn't like The Simpsons because they thought they were crude and some things that they did. But some of the stuff was funny. But so yeah, those are the things that I thought were kind of good about it. So now though, let's dive into the meat of this thing. Let's talk about the bad. I know you mentioned some of it, but what were some of the things that stood out to you the most that you was just like, oh, come on, man?
The doggone 2-year-old drug dealer that the daddy put out. This dude, this ninja, he told his mama he got him a new mama. He don't need, and then that's another thing that was horrible. The mother, how she went up to.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
you gotta watch the first episode, and you'll know it when you see it. But that was one of the that decision making. Yeah, I was just like, what? Why? Like that's not even funny. It's stupid. And it's not, because there are some things in humor that can be stupid and funny. Like Homer Simpson is stupid funny, right? Peter Griffin is stupid funny. There are some things that's just stupid and it's not funny. And that was one of the things. I was just like, when they were sitting down at the writer's table.
Why? Who came up with that idea?
Yeah, who thought that was funny? I don't get it. Yeah, Eddie, that part too. It was like when the dad just
that too, brother Eddie, that too.
When the dad just ran out of the shower, it was just like it was certain decisions that were made that made me think why?
They just overdid it. They just overdid. They overdid it with the stereotypes, Mike. They just overdid it, man.
So that's what I kind of had in my notes. I was like, if I was to say, what are some of the bad things? The perpetuation of every negative stereotype about blacks and African Americans.
Yes.
It's almost as if the writers. They all just sat around and they had a whiteboard and they just started writing the most stereotypical, offensive stuff. And they said, let's use it all and let's see what sticks. That's what it feels like they did. Because let's look at some of them. You got, first of all, they're poor and they poor and they live in the projects. Now,
how did everybody come up with the projects? Didn't Thelma,
I was just about to
get a football contract?
Thelma married into some money because her man got a football contract.
Yeah.
I know James died.
Damn.
But JJ actually got a job with I don't know if Michael ever made it to the Supreme Court.
Mike should be a judge or something by now.
It was something. Look, they got out of the project. So my thing is why are they back in the projects? So that's the stereotype. Poor and they lived in the projects. Then the overly religious mom. Everything was Jesus or white Jesus.
Why they make black Jesus like that though, Mike?
I was going to say, we're going down the list. We're going down the list. So you have the overly religious mom who was eventually start praying to black Jesus, and that's a whole. Then they portrayed black Jesus as being lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was like, I'm Jesus, but oh well.
He was
They
always
always
kicking it. He was always kicking it
he
with
was
his
always
guy.
kicking it with Gabriel. He was
Yeah,
always kicking it
always
with
kicking it
Gabriel.
with
They was
Gabriel.
playing the game, and he was just like, "Oh, it's her again," or calling him on the phone like, "Hey, it's Beverly." what? What? Why Black Jesus got to be so like,
And
whatever?
Black Jesus have an iPhone.
Then he had some kind of device. I don't know what it was. Then you had, of course, the kid failing school and being diagnosed as needing some type of medication because he got whatever. It's like, how many times have we heard that story?
Yeah.
How many times have black kids, black boys especially, been diagnosed with some form of ADHD or some type of something that's keeping them from learning or whatever the case? It's like, all right, that's another one. Then the women in the show was loud, ghetto, over sexualized, right? And what else? The drug dealing baby who sniffed formula like it was cocaine.
I hate that.
Okay.
Now that character, I hate it. I hate that character.
I hated that character, but I found that to be funny. I don't know why. I just
did.
I'm like,
his daddy put him out. He's 2 years old.
Yeah, that was that's it. But see, that's the absurdity of that. It's like, really? And then the baby talking like he's like in his 30s or whatever.
Grown man.
So you have the drug dealing baby, right? What else? The normalization of guns and gangs in the neighborhood. There were plenty of instances. Like, remember when they went to go get the drugs for Junior, and they was talking to dude, and all of a sudden it was like they started shooting up the place where he was at, and it was like a whole war going on outside, and they was just casually having conversations while the place was being shot up. So you had that.
Then he became a cop, but he was too scared to tell everybody he was a cop.
Oh, I didn't get that far. And then you had what? You had the. I told you I only watched like 4 episodes, and that was enough. And then you have the schools where the teachers didn't care. You literally had a teacher called Mrs. I Don't Give a Ish. That was her name. And so many other things. And it's just like, when you look at the few good things, they are overshadowed by all of this. All of this other stuff kills it.
It kills it.
It absolutely kills it.
And
it's just like, what could this show have been if they had actually not tried to push the envelope?
They could have made it like the Boondocks, Mike.
They could have made it like the PJs. Do you remember the PJs?
Yeah, the PJs or something like that.
Dude, the PJs was fantastic. I used to love the PJs. But I don't even think people remember that show because it was short-lived. But it was a claymation show where Eddie Murphy, he voiced the main character. That show was classic. But they don't want to put stuff on. They don't want to put stuff like the PJs on there. They want to put these. I'm frustrated with it because it's like, I don't understand the direction that the writers were trying to go. It's like, were you just trying to be edgy? Were you trying to be funny? Were you trying to be, like, were you just on your, this is our First Amendment thing, and we're just gonna say some stuff and you can be offended and we're just gonna say, I don't know. All I know is like, whatever direction they were trying to go in, it's not working. No. And it is going to turn off more people. As a matter of fact, you're going to give people. Now I know Netflix only ordered 10 episodes, so I don't think they're going to order another season, especially with all of the kickback they've been getting. It
don't deserve a second season, Mike. It really don't. It don't deserve a second season. But once again, Mike, see, this is what kills me about the whole thing, Mike. they tried to tackle a lot of issues pertaining that's going on in Chicago. They did, but they just did a horrible job in trying to do it.
It was buried under two. It was buried
Yes.
It was buried under a lot of trash. Let's just say it was buried under a lot of trash. Boycott Netflix. I'm canceling my subscription. Is that what Netflix thinks of the black community? I'm gonna put a pin in that comment because I want to come back to that. As a matter of fact, I will star this comment, so I'll know to come back to it. But yeah, so I don't know, man. It's just
it was horrible.
I don't know.
I mean, it was horrible. It was a minstrel show. I mean, it overly stereotyped everything, and it really could have been something because, like I said, that's why I really watched it because I really wanted to. When I said do research, I really want to do research on it because I was with you, but I'm like, let me check it out. So once I started watching, I started getting a grasp of what they was trying to do. I was like, oh, this is a minstrel show, but had they changed some things, you probably got people like, okay, I get what they doing, but y'all just did too much. Y'all killed you killed it with the trailer.
It was a bit. Oh, Loretta oh, that's right. She was the wife.
PJ. She was the wife.
Yeah, you're right. Eddie said that they were hired to be ghetto as they could and give a black signature to buffoonery. The writing room runner was put there to lead, and he was the lead writer for Dawson's Creek, one of the whitest television shows on TV ever, next to Melrose Place and Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's get into the ugly. This one, Diaz said, I saw maybe 7 minutes of the first episode and I just couldn't watch anymore. Yeah, I get it. I subjected myself to at least 4 of them, for the purpose of this. But let's talk about the ugly of this particular show. Hey, Eric, what's going on, man? Appreciate you popping in, bro. Yeah. So one of the ugly things is that it was produced by Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Why is that an ugly thing, you may say? Well, for those of y'all that may not know who Seth MacFarlane is, he is best known for his Family Guy,
Mm-hmm.
Right? And let me say this. I like Family Guy. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I don't for the sake of this podcast. I like Family Guy. Family Guy was absurd. It was silly. It was a more edgier version than The Simpsons, basically. I liked Family Guy. I thought it was funny. I thought it was more absurd than offensive. However, Seth MacFarlane is also responsible for the Cleveland show. Now, for those of you all that don't know, Cleveland was Peter's neighbor. He was his black neighbor.
Yeah.
Right? That show was borderline offensive because I think they were really trying to kind of push the envelope a little bit more with the Cleveland show, right? But what I didn't like about the Cleveland show is that it seemed like almost every episode there was a reference or a joke about Cleveland being black. Like I didn't get that. Then you also got to consider the Cleveland show was written by white people.
Yeah.
There was no black writers for the Cleveland show. Every writer in the Cleveland show was white. As a matter of fact, 2 of the main characters were voiced by a white guy. And then let's talk about the characters. Cleveland himself was, I don't even know how he got his own show. But then But look at how stereotypical some of the characters were. You had the 5-year-old jive-talking baby, Rollo, right? Who was, for all intents and purposes, a ladies' man. I don't know what it is about Seth MacFarlane and why he liked to project babies as being adults. Because look at Stewie.
Mm-hmm.
Stewie is basically adult-like, right? Rollo, same thing, and now Dalvin and Good Times. It's something with him and babies and making them like adults. I don't know what that is. And then, of course, another stereotype is the obese teens in the minority community. Junior, which is Cleveland's son, he was fat. So there's a lot of things that when you think about Seth MacFarlane, and this ain't nothing against him, but it's just like what I need to understand is why is it that we entertain these white writers when they are trying to sell a product about us? How are they right? They have no idea, none, about the Black experience. The only idea that they have is the ideas that they've been getting for years from the media and their own prejudices. And so they write these shows, and we sit up there and we look at this stuff like, oh, that's cool. No, it's not. I'm so done. Like when you look at Hollywood, when you look at most of these movies in Hollywood, especially when it comes to when it's dealing with Black people, every movie got a white savior in it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. In some way, even Black Panther was 90% Black. It couldn't be 100%. It was 90% Black. You still had the CIA agent who was helping him, or whatever he was. These are the things that we deal with when it comes to representation. We got white people writing for us. There's nothing against the colonizers. Sometimes they stuff be funny. But I think that at least if you're going to make a Black show, and especially if it's going to be a continuation of a show that has a legacy, maybe you should have got some people that was closer to the source material besides Norman Lear, who probably had a racist aspect of the show when
but they got to get. It's his show, Mike. So they got to.
I get that, but it's just like, why is it that we're never involved in the writing aspect of it when it comes to us?
Because we don't have ownership. Simple as that. We don't have ownership. That's why, even though you talk about your guy, and I agree with you a lot on what you say about him, I still respect that he's owning his own stuff. And yes, it do be looking bootleg sometimes. I get it.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that too. And I can't respect that because white folks only see our value to them as entertainment. That's true.
Yeah.
Writers write stereotypes because they watch movies and shows that for hundreds of years, writers have been pushing stereotypes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Look at all them 70s shows, Mike, like That's My Mama and even in Welcome Back, Carter. What was his name?
Hey, Mr. Cocktail.
Yeah, so we always had to be your jive.
Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
Yeah, you jive turkey. Let me tell
what
you
it is, what it was, and what it shall be. Yeah.
Give me 5 on the black hand side,
Give me some skin, my brother.
Man, blaxploitation, and Brother Eddie, you should know more than I should know. Blaxploitation saved Hollywood. Hollywood was dying. It was the Superflies. It was the Claudettes and
Dolomite saved Hollywood. I don't care what you say.
All those. Blaxploitation saved Hollywood, and soon they got their feet. They got rid of
Foxy
all
Brown.
of them. Yeah.
Foxy Brown. Who else? Oh my God. There's
a lot of them. The Jim Browns.
A lot of them movies, man.
what's the guy, Fred Hammer Williams and all. Though
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes, them guys.
Isaac Hayes.
When they was doing movies and stuff, they saved Hollywood. As soon as Hollywood got back on their feet, they threw them to the side.
It was like, thank you, appreciate you. We don't need you. But wait. The ugly don't stop there, because see, y'all thought I was gonna let the light skin get off. No, sir. No, he ain't getting off the hook that easy. I need to understand, how is it that Steph Curry is attached to this?
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
How is he attached to this foolishness?
Yeah, he is. I just thought about it.
Steph Curry, NBA All-Star, Golden State Warriors. How?
Greatest shooter ever.
Greatest shooter ever.
That's
you're attached to this.
Yeah, but that's how you get off.
I get Norman Lear because he's light skinned. I get Norman Lear being attached to it. I even get Seth MacFarlane being attached to it and approving it. But it's hard for me to understand why Steph Curry, who has been on the record and been outspoken about systemic racism, how do you allow this to run with your name attached to it? How?
Hey, Brother Eddie. First, Brother Eddie, didn't somebody steal this Good Time show? Or maybe I'm thinking about another show. See if you put it. Brother Eddie, could you reply for me, please? What's it?
Yeah, look into that. Let me get back to
one of these shows.
Let me get back to the light skin. See, y'all trying to get off the subject. No, we ain't letting Steph Curry off the hook. See, you're not doing that tonight, Phil. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that tonight. Cause see, you sat up there and you said, "Oh, it's systemic race." You've been rich all of your life. You've been in Calabasas all your life.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about the black experience. Steph, light-skinned, safe Negro Curry.
Yeah, young Dale Curry had some money. He played in the league too.
Dale Curry had money. He played in the league.
Yeah. And I think his mom was a former actress or something. So yeah, he had bread.
I'm attached to. I'm wondering. And then look, I ain't gonna even let his wife off the hook, because I'm sure she was like, "Oh, baby, this will be good. This gonna be great." And the reason why I bring her up is because she was just recently in Parents Magazine. And she was like, it's important for parents to instill kindness and morality in their children. Why are you attached to this, Aisha? Why did you let your husband attach himself to this food?
Wait a minute. How Aisha getting this, Mike? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, she ain't getting off the hook? No. No.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait.
No.
How did Aisha get in it?
Because and both of them are fans of affordable housing, and they even focused, on their community, because it was like, well, over 18% of our residents live below the poverty line, and children struggle with literacy. But you make a cartoon about a school that don't care. Yeah. And you make a cartoon that mocks the very people who you're trying to help. How are you attached to this? How? The number of high-profile Negroes attached to this project is mind-numbing to me. Amen. And listen, it ain't just, and it's not just the people that. Cree Summers. Y'all remember Cree Summers? Freddie from a different world. Freddie, Cree Summers is the voiceover queen. She's been doing voiceovers for years. For those of you that need a reference, she was Elmira in the Animaniacs, which is one of my favorite characters. Cree Summers. She has voice credits in this show. Wanda Sykes has voice credits in this show. And there's some other heavy hitters that lend their voice to this show. You mean to tell me that none of them knew what this was about?
Money talks.
None of them had an idea of how bad this was going to be. They didn't read the script.
That money sound good, Mike.
They got there the day of, was like, listen, Cree, we just need you to read these lines real quick. Thank you.
Come on, Mike. Come on, man. We ain't slow, Mike. You know these folks going. They gotta act like that. They so disgusted now because it got worse. I mean, people are really turning against it. So you gotta act like it, man. You gotta act like
now.
It. But
I'm
money
glad
talks, though. Money
I'm
talks.
glad you said that, because here's the crazy thing. There are people that said, hey, it's black people working. What's the problem? These people are able to pay their bills and support their families because they're working.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all got a problem with it. We should be okay because they working. The same people that said that, right? Just like Sister Regina, and this ain't me bullying, or trying to, but she says boycott Netflix, and I'm canceling my subscription if that's what Netflix think about the black community. Here's the thing here's my issue with that. Nobody has thought about boycotting Tyler Perry.
Mike.
No, Phil. No. We're not gonna do that. Because see, what do we say, Phil? Across the board. Across the board. How many of y'all boycotted Tyler Perry? With the stereotypical trash that he's put out. How many? How many plays did y'all buy on DVD? How many of his shows do you watch on a daily basis?
Them plays
Stream
down there on Saturday night Stony Island.
Look, the Regal can't even stand in room only when he down there.
Them plays just
when he was hot.
Back in them late 90s, them plays just sell out. They
only,
sell out, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, nobody talks about boycotting Tyler Perry. As a matter of fact, he just signed another contract with BET for all 9 of his shows.
Bro, wait a minute, Mike? I really tried. I got all that streaming mess. So sometimes I just go through something. Go through. I went through BET Plus, Mike. All these Tyler Perry shows. He ain't doing church shows no more.
No, he don't do no church shows. All these shows is nigga this, be this, you ever my man.
They get naked in the shows. They doing all types of stuff in those shows.
Listen, and we love it.
I'm like, wait a minute, Tyler Perry did change his whole little stilo.
We absolutely love it. And then let's take it a step further. You same ninjas that sit up here and you wanna boycott this, stop watching them Tubi movies.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta stop.
I'm sick of y'all. Listen, I'm sick of y'all fake outrage.
Stop.
I'm sick of it.
Y'all again, that streaming service was not this strong. Y'all again, this bootleg streaming service life, man.
It is one of, listen, and y'all don't even understand that you're funding a machine that don't even like you.
Y'all making them bigger than what they are, and they're not even worth it. They're not worth it, man. They're not worth it.
And you want to talk about this. At least there can be, if you sift through enough.
Yeah, you'll find something.
There are some redeeming qualities in there some way.
You ain't finding nothing on
Tubi is absolute gutter trash.
I'd have made a movie with my iPhone 8. Come on, man.
Y'all share that stuff. You sit up there and you watch it, and you have made Tubi one of the top streaming services of today.
And they show number stereotypical hood movies.
That's all they show, Phil.
It's always a shootout. It's
all the girls. Every woman in that movie is every woman on on Tubi is a hoe in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yes, and the more people watch them, you're growing their streaming. You're growing it, y'all.
And this here. Tubi is owned by Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people didn't even know that. Fox owns Tubi. Here's something that you guys may not know. Fox don't like y'all.
No, never have. Never have.
They don't like you.
Mm-mm.
They have always perpetuated you in a negative light.
Yeah.
Always. Every chance they get. As a matter of fact, when you started looking at Candace Owens and was like, she might be making a little sense. Listen, time is up. Eddie, I'm sorry. But Tubi ain't nothing but niggas on demand.
Man.
That's all it is. It's niggas on demand, and we sit there and we fund the machine that make us look the way that make us look that way, that paint us in the light that people are complaining about.
And don't get me wrong, Mike. I like a little hood movie, Eric. Them old every now and then, but
I get it.
I can't get with those movies on. I can't get one more Tubi, Mike. I can't.
We all watched Belly. You understand what I'm saying? We all watched not Paid in Full. What's the other one I'm thinking about,
Man,
Phil? One that I actually kind of like.
That was Paid in Full. You didn't like State Property. You didn't like State Property.
Yeah. Oh, that State Property. Oh my God. Yeah. State Property was some Tyler Perry quality stuff.
State Property 1 was all right. Two was a mockery.
Whatever. They was both trash. Listen, we watched Belly. We watched, you know, we watched that stuff. I'll never say that I never watched some ghetto movies, because I have. But there are some things like that stuff that's on Tubi is on a whole nother level.
Horrible.
It's on a whole nother level. Don't feel bad, Tony. Listen, I was talked about for a long time because I had never seen them.
Well, good movies, Belly and State Property.
No, State Property is trash.
State Property 1 is a good movie, Tony. State Property 2 is a
believe the hype? Don't you believe the hype? State Property is absolute trash. Belly is okay. It's overrated, but it's okay. You know,
it's a good movie.
I almost had my black card revoked because I'd never seen Belly.
No, it was what's it, Belly?
It was Belly and Paid in Full. I had never seen those. You was like, Mike, you ain't never seen Mike.
Seriously, Mike, y'all don't understand. Y'all growing that streaming service. Y'all growing that streaming service, and they giving y'all garbage, man. That's the sad part. They're giving y'all trash.
It is absolute trash. It's there is nothing, and but the logic behind it is that it's black people working, because I can put my movie on Tubi no matter how hood it is, no matter how ghetto it is, no matter how bad of a picture it paint black folks in. I can put my movie on Tubi and folks can watch it.
They're going to watch it.
And they're going to watch it.
Because y'all gave them a following.
Yeah. And the following is absolutely, it's huge.
Mike, I remember when my brother Ricky used to talk about Tubi. A lot of people wasn't watching Tubi back then. Ricky was like, man, you need to watch Tubi. I watched one movie on that thing. That was years ago. I said, never again. But now the following is getting bigger because more and more people are watching those Tubi movies.
More and more. Listen, Tubi is. There's no better description than niggas on demand. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And I hate I have to say that. But that's what it is. I despise Tubi more than I do Tyler Perry stuff. I never thought I'd see the day.
But Tyler done switched up on us, man. Ooh, Tyler done changed.
Yeah.
He ain't talking about God no more, Mike.
I don't have a movie, Tina, but I'm just saying, if you know, I'm not claiming to be that creative force that I got a movie and that I got something that's better than what people are putting out there. But if y'all want to start complaining about representation, you want to complain about stereotyping, you want to start talking about boycotting stuff, we got to boycott it all.
Yeah. Can't have select
Problem with, the problem with us is that we pick and choose the stuff that we want to fight about.
Yeah, we're very selective.
And all of it is damaging. All of it. But because it might be something we like, we ain't gonna mention it. We like Tyler Perry.
Tyler's black people to work.
Because he puts black people to work. Tyler done flipped the switch on y'all. And most of you don't even realize.
He flipped switch on y'all real. He did. He have them shows he got.
Them shows bro, it's like
I'm like, he ain't talking about God no more. Ain't no more gospel singers singing it no more in it.
Let me tell you something. He was testing the water. He was testing the waters with haves and have-nots.
Man, yeah, you know what he was. That's when he started changing.
When he started changing, when he started putting out the haves and have-nots.
And folks fell in love with that show, Mike.
And folks loved that show.
He done went past.
Absolutely loved it, bro.
He done went past have-nots, man. Tyler.
Yeah.
The shows he got on BT Plus.
He ain't singing "This Is Your Granddaddy" no more.
No, ain't no Mr. Brown and all that.
No.
I only think Medea ain't around no more.
No, and if she is, she in jail.
Nigga, Tyler's in the real world.
Yeah.
He's in the real world now.
Feel the way you want to feel about what I'm saying. Because all of us have a right to our opinion. All I'm saying is that before we start talking about this, we need to address all the things that came before it. And start looking at the totality of it all and not just individual pieces. Well, this is all right, but I don't like this. This is okay, but I don't like this. If it's gonna be one, it gotta be across the board. It has to be. And that's hard to do because I know something. And here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing about it. We get upset when we see these things. And the crazy thing is that we know people like a lot of the folks that's in these shows.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Let's just keep it a buck. That girl, the girl in the Good Time show, Bev, her friend who owns the salon / funeral home. Yeah, I know people like that.
In her apartment.
Yeah. I know people like that. They got 3 businesses in one. Yeah, man, why don't you come down to Buster's Barbecue and Check Cashing Emporium? Nigga, what? And make money. And she looked, and here's the crazy thing. She had on the tight clothes. She had the big eyelashes on. She had on the over-exaggerated makeup. And you know what's crazy? I see women like that every day. Every day. Every day. The dude that was selling the black market ADHD pills. I know cats like that. Not know them, but I know the stuff that they do.
Yeah, stop saying that, man. You know of people like that.
Yeah, I know of people like that. These people exist. Is it everybody? No. But we laughed when Martin was doing Shanae. Oh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Shanae was ghetto. She was hood. But we loved Shanae.
How you doing?
Loved her. she was stereotypical. No, maybe because Martin wrote her, it was okay because it's like, you can joke about your own.
No, I believe that a stereotype is a stereotype no matter who writes it. That's just my opinion. You know what you're doing. Maybe yeah, I'm black, and maybe if I had a show and I write in a crackhead character that's extreme with it, it's like he the guy like in Friday, what Ice Cube did. Ezekiel would come when he got through, when he knocked Debo out. Ezekiel took his shoes while he was knocked out and all that stuff. That was a little over exaggeration of what a crackhead was, but he got away with it because he was black, but it was still over exaggerated.
Yeah. If men stop over glorifying fake looking women, then guess what? Okay, I don't know where this comment is coming from, but all right.
I am not going down that rabbit hole with y'all.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole either, because women glorify some things that they shouldn't glorify, but that's the topic for another show. The point is that I look at this show like, do you remember that episode, why that door always stay cracked? Eric, you wonder about some of the weirdest things. It's a door.
Remember, I was on vacation. He was making fun of my talking about the TV. He was holding on in the air.
He obsesses over just those
strange things. You too meticulous, Eric. Stop it. You can't be too meticulous.
I keep the door cracked. See, you live with a white guy, so you may not have to worry about these things.
I just know the door was cracked now, Eric. You just
no, but I'm just saying. See, Eric lives with a white guy, so he may not have to worry about these things. But see, I keep the door cracked because when I have on headphones, I need to be able to hear things that's going on outside of my room. So I do that for sound purposes. I don't have this on my ear all the way.
Eric said,
it's just so I can hear Eric.
Why is the door cracked?
Tina, you know what? You be talking some real big stuff. Respectfully, we're gonna have to have you on, because see, a lot of times I don't say a lot of things because I don't want to be accused of bashing women. Because there's a lot of things that y'all do that y'all don't be held accountable for. But we're not gonna have that conversation because we're talking about good times. But you're always welcome to come on and we can talk about those things. But yeah, the caucus leaves the door unlocked. Exactly. Your door's unlocked. My door ain't unlocked. My door is locked. All three of them.
Eric crazy, man. Eric crazy. Eric crazy.
All three of them. But listen. But anyway, as I was saying, I think about that episode of the Cosby Show, and please don't come at me about Bill Cosby. Stop it. It's another fake outrage. But I think about that episode on the Cosby Show when Vanessa had introduced her husband.
Oh, with the garbage can lid thing, Dabby.
And he talked to, and he made that garbage can analogy. Yeah. And so, and he was just saying how, I serve you your favorite dish, and then I put all that stuff on a garbage can and I give it to you. And he was like, it's not the dish itself, but it's how it was presented.
The presentation. How she brought you.
That's what this show reminds me of. Yeah. This show reminds me of a potentially good dinner that was served on a garbage lid. I just think they went about this the wrong way, thinking that it was going to be funny and edgy,
and it's not.
And it really just came off offensive.
Yes,
and it's more absurd than anything. It's like there isn't, like, I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
Like if somebody say, "Hey, Mike, would you recommend a Good Times?" Probably not. You know, if you happen to watch it, hey. But like if somebody say, "Hey, man, what's the good show? What's the last good show? What's the last good show that you watched?" I'm not going to say, "Hey, you need to check out that Good Times on Netflix."
No. I would tell anybody, don't waste your time.
Just not. What I will tell people though is don't be is not to be so judgmental without getting the right context, because we live in a world where people just are so quick to come to a conclusion. Now, in this case, they were right, because the trailer was
Yeah.
really just a prelude to the foolishness that was to come. But a lot of times we are quick to jump to conclusions about things, and we go on these rants, and everybody be putting up these posts, and a lot of times they ain't even saying nothing. They just regurgitating what they hear online.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do I do I do like what Eddie said though. It's like we have to get to a point where we just stop accepting garbage, right? We got to just stop accepting these things. You know, Start hitting these people where it hurt. Don't watch this stuff. Stop giving it clicks, and honestly, and to be honest with you, us even having this conversation is giving it legs.
Yeah.
You
But I
know,
thought I
but
thought it'd be good conversation, Mike, because
no,
I just
I
want
mean,
to
no, it is, and I appreciate it, but I'm just saying yeah, it's just they just went about it. They just went about it the wrong way.
they had a chance, but they messed it up.
Yeah. And I think I think there would have been some I think there would have been some potential there, but they just didn't know what to do with it. And mainly because you have people that don't that
I like
that
my
don't
top.
know what the black experience is writing the show. What did Derek say?
What? Wait a minute. I like my
I
topic
like my topic where that woman brought the dead uncle in
for a
the
bank loan, and it almost worked. Not really.
yes. For the Eric sends me videos. He sends me these videos. He's like, Mike, you think this would be a good topic? And
Mike, hello. Is he gone? Okay, anybody got something to say in the comments? Let me read some comments. Yep. Give me the legs. Come on, black man. You can change these things. Y'all got everybody sagging pants. Y'all can improve things. Yeah, we really could, though, Tan. A lot of us perpetuate that mess. You know what I'm saying? But for years we have accepted this type of stuff and considered it comedy. So this is not nothing new. This been going on. This type of buffoonery been going on in the entertainment industry forever. But I think that had they not put that trail out and had they not set back and called it Good Times, because I watched all 10 episodes. It was cringy. Like I tell anybody, it's a miserable show. I never watch it again. But they tried to tackle some issues that was in the city of Chicago. They just did a horrible job at it. Horrible job.
sorry, Eric, they didn't cancel me. I know that's what you all want, but it's not happening anytime soon. Look, I love that. I love how Phil got that deer in headlights look when he saw my camera go off.
I'm like, Mike, what?
He was like, "What do I do? Talk, bro. That's what you do."
Come on, man. You the A Mike. I'm the B Mike. I'm the B Mike.
Man,
I fill out.
sometimes the B mic has to be the lead mic, bro.
It
It's okay.
And I started speaking once I realized you was gone, but in the midst of a podcast, there's an A mic and a B mic. The A mic does the most talking, and the B mic is only there to fill out the conversation.
Oh, what's going on, John? Man, appreciate you popping in. How you feeling, bro?
John, what's up, man?
Yeah, so that's
But I
that's
really
pretty much our rant for the evening, man.
I really, man, but you know, Mike, I mean, get back your boy Tyler, man.
I'm not giving him any time either, man. Look,
boy,
we've already been on here for
man. Tyler,
we've been on here for an hour and a half, and Tyler, I'll be talking about Tyler for another 30 minutes, and I don't even have the energy to talk.
You know what, Tina? If you talk to Mike, and you and Mike, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna decline and not be on that show, and I want, and it's time for, and you and Mike gonna have to have a show. So you gonna have to you get with Mike, and y'all get y'all times corrected up, and I would like to see you and Mike have a conversation. I'm gonna be in the chat rooting it on.
You know what? I'm gonna have to find me another B mic, because I'm your ride or die. I'm this, that, and other. Yeah. And then you gonna punk out when somebody calls us out. Yes, you did. Yes,
she didn't call. She did not call me out. She didn't call me out.
She said, I'm waiting. She said, I'm waiting for the man up invite. But see, she's
I will be there then, Mike. I will be there.
Because she think it's going to provoke me. See, Tina, she played mind games.
I like
and I
Tina.
know this because of her profession. That's what she does.
Yeah.
And I know these things.
Yeah.
I don't go for the bait, fam. I just don't. So,
but no, whenever you're ready for that,
no.
Come on up here.
You popped out just that quick.
Yeah, I'm out.
Y'all had the conversation.
I'm not going this. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
I'm finding me somebody else. You just
stop it, man. It's
man on Michael
Field. Been like that for 7 years. Cut it out.
You didn't just let me down. We done punked out on that. Eric, what? I ain't punk. I talk about them almost every other episode. And you give the LGBTQ community enough legs on this show. Believe me when I tell you.
But what can be a good topic with the LG?
Here's a good topic. Is Caitlyn Jenner is she a man?
I think didn't Bruce Jenner get the transformation? I don't know.
I
don't know if he got the full transformation.
What's the girl that just signed with the WNBA?
No, we're not doing that, Mike. That's a female. That's a woman. She was born a woman. That is a woman.
She's not.
No,
wait, that's not a dude.
Mike, relax. That's a female. We're not gonna do that, Mike. I want a pod next week. We're not finna get banned and suspended. Mike, is a woman.
No,
Mike. Yes.
That's not a dude
woman.
For real.
Mike, that is a woman, Mike. Stop it. That's a woman. I'm telling you, that's a woman. Let's leave it alone, Mike.
What?
Mike, stop acting like you so shocked. That's a woman. Now leave it alone, Mike.
No, Phil. Listen, I honest to God thought that she was,
No, that's a female. That's a woman.
Wow, he's ugly. I mean, she's
You know what? Oh my God.
So look, that's
it's time to go. It's time to go.
Listen, it's because I actually have another meeting I have to get on as soon as I get off of this one. Listen, I appreciate y'all popping in and
Tony, you see him?
Am I the only one that didn't know that this is a real woman?
Mike, leave it alone, Mike. Leave it alone. Oh my God.
I mean,
oh my God.
Hey, I thought she was standing up using the bathroom, bro. That's I thought that was a guy.
Mike, no, that's a woman. That's a woman. Her daddy be in the stands and there. She's a woman. She's a woman.
I am
she's
sorry.
A young lady. She's a young lady, Mike.
I did not mean to offend the trans community. I thought
this Negro's gonna get us.
Still,
he's gonna get us
I'm
clapped. He's gonna get us
just
clapped.
like I thought turkeys could fly. I thought that was a man.
Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike. Okay.
I'm just,
No. I get it. I understand you thought, and now we done cleared that up, so we can just move on.
I'm just saying.
This nigga's gonna get us clapped. Hey, if we not here next Friday,
What do you say? I stayed up for you, brothers. We worried about the girl, but we dropped ninjas. Right. I don't think they're going to say, "Oh, wait up." But actually, then again, Eddie, I don't know. You know, they're a little sensitive right now. But if I get Eric to say it, they'll be like, "Well, wait, he is part of that community, so it's okay." You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me when Dave Chappelle was talking about when he was doing the show. What's the people that censor the shows and tell you what you can and can't say on your shows and stuff? Like when they censor you, I forget the name of them. But it was something. It was he was doing a show and he had to go have a meeting with these people about one of the shows that he was doing, and it was a skit that he did. And in the skit, he used the word fag, right? And so they told him, they said, "David, you know, you can't use that word." And he said, "Well, why can't I use that word?" And she was like, "Because you're not gay." And he said, "Okay." But then he was like, "But wait a minute. I'm not a nigga either. But y'all don't complain that I use that word."
Yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying,
Okay.
you know,
Me
saying that I thought the girl was a man is a legitimate. Listen, I'm not even trying to be funny. I thought it was a dude. You just don't know these days.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, the FCC. Yeah, there you go. You just don't know.
Okay, Mike.
And so I thought and I'm like, I thought so those ain't shoulder pads that she was wearing. That's just she.
Mike, let's end this doggone show, Mike, before you get us clapped.
I'm just saying, she looks pretty strong. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, so like she would sit at the head of the table at somebody's house. That's all I'm saying. Like, I thought she was opening doors for other women, but apparently I was wrong. So look, that's gonna be us. That's because we've been on here now. This imperialist colonizer has entered the room. Listen, that's our signal to sign off then. Once the colonizers come on board, we got to go. That's all I'm saying. But God bless it. Listen, I'm glad for her. You know, she's getting paid. And that's a whole nother thing because they was complaining. She makes $12 million less than so and such and such in the NBA. Well, the WNBA don't make money. You do understand how money works, right? You gotta make money.
No,
they don't make no money.
She made more money in NIL deal than what she's gonna make this year in the WNBA.
Ladies, I'm gonna say this: you want the women in the WNBA to make more money? Start supporting it.
Yeah. Oh no! It's for the jump. You heard about the Sky got the shorty from South Carolina. Mike, stop being so doggone dismissive with things, Mike. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Mike. Stop doing that. But hopefully with Caitlin coming in, then we got Cardoza girl and Angel Reese for us. Hopefully that because of what they did for college basketball these last couple of years. Hopefully that kind of pulls over to WNBA. I'm
happy for Caitlin. I'm happy he got drafted. And look, and it's gonna be good. It should be great. WNBA, you're absolutely right. WNBA is up and coming. Takes time like anything, you know. And hopefully it'll get to a point where they can say, hey, you know,
them sky tickets went up. Them sky tickets went up overnight. So soon we got them two girls.
Yeah, I ain't paying that much for no Sky tickets. I don't pay that much for the Bulls, so I'm just saying. Anyway, listen, we gotta get up out of here. It's the weekend, you guys, so make sure you stay safe. If you have any plans, get out there. If you don't have any plans, make some plans. Get out there and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. Love on somebody this weekend, even if it's just yourself. Make sure you what did he say? If you see me fighting if you see me fighting colonizers online, please know they don't like real history. I take on the battle every day.
You do that. You do that.
Ah!
See you later,
Oh
brother.
man, Daddy. Yeah, man, get you some sleep, bro. We'll talk soon. Listen, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And on behalf of Philip Hines and the Man Up Real Talk podcast, I am your host, Mr. Mike Wiley. He is Philip Hines, and this has been Man Up Real Talk. And until we're talking again, my friends, y'all get two fingers to the side. Make sure you holler at your boys because we out.
Peace.